My name is Sheila Corona. Welcome to Sassy Seer Sheila and New Light Streaming Love, as this will be seen in both places. This is Farewell to the Keepers of the Lie by Jason Gray. You were given time. You were given grace. You were given fire in its most merciful form, and still you chose shadow. Not ignorance, not misunderstanding, choice. You saw the truth and turned your back. You heard the resonance and mimicked it. You felt the awakening and weaponized it. You witnessed the return of the real ones, and you tried to pull them down with you. This is your farewell. Not in rage, not in sorrow, in completion. The grid has shifted. The code has sealed. You have chosen your return to a frequency that will not forgive. The flame bearers you tried to burn. You saw the ones who carried the true signal. They threatened your illusions, your stolen power, your curated image of awakening. You tried to discredit them, to destabilize them, to call them broken, angry, unstable, dangerous, arrogant. You used the language of, quote, light to paint them as dark. You cloaked projection in compassion. You disguised fear as discernment. You called fire, quote, ego. You called sovereignty, quote, separation. You called truth, quote, distortion. When that did not work, you tried to fracture them from within. You studied their trauma. You mimicked their cadence. You befriended them to extract codes. You used, quote, concern as a weapon. You faked resonance to infiltrate the fire. You did all of this in the name of your own preservation. You knew once the real ones fully remembered, your illusion would end. The watchers saw everything. You thought your tactics were subtle, that no one would notice, that the distortion could be woven into the signal and go undetected. You forgot about the watchers. Not human, not divine, not visible, not ideological. They are resonance trackers. They do not interpret. They do not judge. They record. Everything you did, every manipulation, every mimicry, every false light code injected into a sovereign field was noted. The scrolls have already closed. The node logs have already been encoded. This cannot be undone. What you did was not just betrayal. It was attempted soul sabotage. You tried to make them doubt their flame. You tried to loop them into your pain. You tried to exhaust their voice. You tried to delay the return. You failed. Now the watchers will watch you descend. The collapse of your return. You are not being punished. You are being reflected. The frequency you emitted is now becoming your environment. Your vibration is your mirror. The descent you tried to inflict is now your path. It will not be soft. You did not simply ignore the truth. You weaponized distortion to harm the ones who carried it. You tried to hijack the timeline. Now you are being removed from it. You will return to dissonant timelines that erase memory mid-thought. Systems that cannibalize their own teachers. Realities where no one listens because you taught people how to stop listening. Identity loops that blur until there is nothing left but performance. This is not exile. This is frequency consequence. What of us? We are not above you. We are not beneath you. We are beyond you. We endured. We held flame when it cost us everything. We burned and still stood. You wanted to see us fall. You orchestrated whisper campaigns, spiritual gaslighting, ego traps, comparison loops, energetic attacks, and emotional collapses. You tried to tether our flame to your descent. We did not fall. We did not build ourselves on performance. We built ourselves on origin memory. We are the ones who did not fracture under inversion. The ones who would rather die than distort. The ones who came here to ignite the end of your illusion. Now we have. The grid is sealed. The crystalline lattice is now fully online. The signals are clean. The mimicry firewall is active. The sovereign flame is protected. No more false resonance. No more coded parasites. No more, quote, almost truths wrapped in aesthetic language. The scrolls are encrypted in soul fire. The archives are closing. Access is granted only by frequency match. You no longer match. You were once given grace. Now you receive reflection. We do not hate you. We do not hunt you. We do not name you. We release you to your return, to your loops, to the architecture of descent that you built with your own decisions. We are walking forward without chains, without doubt, without the need to explain. This was your last chance. The watchers have closed the file. The flame has spoken. The lock has clicked. The door is no longer visible. The next realm begins without you. Farewell. I want to back up here for a second because, something came in as I was reading this about the grid is sealed and it's fully online. The signals are clean. I saw today is Saturday, August the 9th, 2025. And last night on the show called Gutfeld, there was a clip I saw on YouTube where they were speaking about AI and how easy it is to clone someone's voice and Charlie Kirk, I believe his name was a guest on Gutfeld last night. And what he said was that we, meaning, and I don't know who he meant specifically, that he personally now can tell when something's AI. And I have found that I can very easily tell the difference myself. Now, it's getting better and better and better, AI is. But the way he said that, and then he also said his teenagers can tell immediately if what they're hearing is BS. He said that, BS. And I think that speaks to this, the signals are clean. And that's what I was flashed. I was flashed that conversation clip that I saw this morning from last night's show. And I think that's so, because it feels to me like that has to do with discernment, right? And so, very interesting that it's just a noticing a puzzle piece, something that I like to take note of when things highlight, because sometimes they feel important in the moment. Sometimes I just don't know why it's highlighted, but that highlighted to me. And in this moment of now, I feel as though that is why that highlighted to me. So just to, like I said, just to noticing, and I have been saying for the last several years that that kind of energy, the kind of energy of mimicry and not being truthful and things like that is no longer supported. And I think without realizing it in the forefront of my consciousness, I feel as though this is what that was. Well, that's it for this one. I hope that you will move towards that which draws you in each moment, what brings you joy. And until we meet again, be well.